What up guys, welcome back to Epic Debates, the show that takes any sort of situation and debates it out. And I'm here with Joe, and we finally have the anticipated debate that you've been waiting for between the Master Assassin, Connor Kenway, and Dark Knight's Apprentice, Nightwing. You want to take us away on why you think Nightwing is going to win this battle?
Well, first of all, we've got to look at Nightwing. I mean,
of course, yeah, go for it.
Look at him. I mean, he is the pinnacle of physical conditioning.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Compared to Kenway.
No, Kenway could not keep up with Nightwing.
Okay.
Nightwing's being trained by Batman.
Nightwing was trained by Batman, you've got
trained by Batman. Batman was trained by none other than, how would you say?
Ra's al Ghul and
Ra's al
the
Ghul.
Assassins. Yes, we know that. We know.
So, in essence, Nightwing has been trained by Ra's al Ghul, plus all the stuff that Batman invented of his own. He's got all the experience.
See, he's got the experience and the training on the side of that at the same time, but you've got to consider what the whole storyline of Connor Kenway, what he's been through. Now, let's start off. We're dealing with a kid. He grew up in a Native American environment, right? He's half British, half Native American. His father was a Templar and his sworn enemy. His mother raised him and trained him into hunting and skills of archery and other combat skills. Ever since he was very young, he was sent out there, part of the hunting squad, to go out and hunt deers, anything else, birds, even bears, occasionally. He's taken down bears himself, okay? And you know yourself, the guy who takes down a bear, you don't want to fuck with him. You know that for a fact.
I mean, Wolverine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Connor Kenway is, when you say pinnacle physical action, it's more Connor than Nightwing. Nightwing weighed 185 pounds, 3% body fat. Connor Kenway was 225 pounds pure muscle.
Yes, but you don't want pure muscle. There's a point where it gets, you're strong, but 280 pounds, there's a point where... 225, sorry. It's the point where you get too heavy to... I mean, long distances, Nightwing would win any day in moving, because he's just got the speed. Have you ever played an Assassin's Creed game?
They can run like straight up.
I know, but you've got to remember who's going to be more tired. Someone who weighs 45 pounds more?
Depends, because back then the physicality of people was so much more enhanced than the physicality of people now. I mean, he was born in 1956, okay, which is over 250 years ago. Their physicality is more than 5 times, in fact 8 times than people now. You know, Connor is the pinnacle of now, he was the pinnacle of then.
So you're saying that people then aren't as good as people now?
Are better than people now. Seeing Connor Kenway and Nightwing, they both have their shares of similarities and differences. You know, they both had exclusive and high quality training. I mean, you've said it yourself, I'll agree. Nightwing was trained by Batman. Batman is a tough cookie, we know that. And Batman, he's trained in over 120,000 martial arts and all that. But at the same time, Connor grew up hunting and killing, and on top of that, by the age of 16, he was already bred to be a killer, and he wasn't even trained as an assassin.
But, like you said, he was trained as a hunter. He was trained as maybe to kill animals that were unaware, and that's how he uses his skill.
Yeah, no, not
people
anymore.
are unaware.
You haven't let me finish.
You didn't let me finish either.
Okay, you finish first, I'll finish after.
So, Nightwing obviously was trained in martial arts.
Yeah.
He was trained to fight. He was made to fight. Now, if you put them in a one-on-one situation, Nightwing's going to kick his ass.
Wait, now let me go for it. You haven't let me finish though.
Alright,
that was where he was till he was 16. He was already a bred fighter. Now, if you got...
No, he was a bred hunter.
Hunter and a skiller. But then, he went into and started training back Achilles... What's his name? Devonport, that's it. Right? And he was actually one of the greatest assassins of all time. Okay?
Agreed.
That guy, was actually, I don't know, he was basically one of the higher ranked assassins of all the assassin generations, and at one point was eventually decided and just settled down and decided to start training other assassins to be the greatest assassins to go on. And Connor was probably one of the greatest assassins after him because of his training. He was trained in several styles of martial arts, silent killing, exclusive defensive offensive style attack and defense. He knows how to kill, he knows how to defend himself, he knows how to take on 1 man, 10 men, 100 men, he can do it all.
You can say that with Nightwing though. I mean, Batman trained him, didn't he? And then, look at Nightwing. He went on to take out how many people on his own? And then, because he was Robin when he was training with Batman, so he then went to Nightwing on his own, trying a bit out, maybe having a few friends with Flash and Wonder Woman. Yeah, I got you. And then, he then went on to be Batman. How good Dick Grayson went from Robin, from a kid who was trained from an orphan young boy, just like Batman was, like Batman.
I totally agree with that.
And he was trained by Batman to then go on to become Batman.
But what is
now, how good do you have to go from?
That's because he was trained by Batman. But yeah, I see what you mean. But at the same time, if you consider what he's achieved compared to Connor, let's see. We've seen one guy. He's one man by himself, and he took down the entire U.S. Parliament. The entire U.S. Parliament taken down by one man. I don't think Nightwing could even have the potential to take down all of America's government and politics.
The US government is shoddy anyway, let's not talk about that.
Look at back then, they were literally hundreds of thousands of men with rifles in their infantry groups, okay, and he had a group of 7 leading Templars, who were all the highest skilled Templars of back then, took them all out. One of them was his own father, Connor Kenway, took him out, and finally took out the Secretary of the Army, Charles Lee.
I mean, what I always say is the Americans invented war so they could learn geography.
They are probably one of the hardest armies to take down by any other army. One man to take down the army. I don't see Nightwing being able to do that. So that's one of the big reasons why I see Kenway as the winner of this fight. You know, he's got so much more potential. He's maxed out so much more than Nightwing.
But if you look at in every Batman comic, Batman is always blacked out, covered, isn't he? Because he's hiding, because he wants to hide in the shadow and pinpoint. You know that's not going to work against Connor Kenway, right? That's why whenever you see Nightwing in any of them, up until the New 52, of course, because they kind of ruined it there, except for Teen Titans, which were brought together by Nightwing.
Yeah, but it's the Teen Titans. I mean, I know they're awesome.
I'm sorry. They're awesome, but they're not the best fighters.
They're a baby team, dude.
Yeah, I know. But if you can bring a team like that together, teams like that,
a team being high of the Teen Titans or being one of the greatest assassins of all time.
Yes, but the Assassins Guild
so much better than the Teen Titans.
Yeah, but the Assassins Guild would have lower assassins who maybe weren't as good, who weren't the best assassins. Like you said, they were training. They've had
some pretty awesome assassins. Okay,
agreed. Let's bring in
like
some people have awesome Ezio. You can't bring Ezio on this. Ezio's awesome. I love Ezio.
I'm not saying Ezio myself. Ezio himself, you're on fucking them. But he brought up people from the street and trained them just in a couple of months, right, to become assassins, and they already were some incredible assassins. They took out guards like that. You know, one assassin could take out about 50 Templars on average.
It's not too hard to become an assassin though.
And Templars you don't fuck with, because Templars have extreme and exclusive training. So...
Yeah, but in reality, all you gotta do, walk up behind one with a small knife, about a hidden blade, just lift up their head a bit so their neck showing, slice there. They're gone. They can't do anything. You come up behind them.
I'm sorry. Are you saying it's that easy to be an assassin? Are you really saying it's that easy?
It's not as hard as you're making out.
So much.
I mean, it's like there are further bits, but just killing someone
and training to become an assassin.
Killing someone isn't as difficult as you're making out. You've got the element of surprise. But at the same, no one's got a chance.
Killing makes a huge difference, especially in this case.
Someone stabbed Batman right in his mouth while he wasn't ready. He's got no chance. I'm sorry, Batman's mouth hole. Someone should fix that. Someone really should.
Someone should fix that. That's a big reason why I think Captain America would be Batman. Just a hit the vibranium shield with the chin. Batman's out.
Yeah, I mean that's his mouth.
And that's another thing. Can I just say another thing about Nightwing? That you've just activated a good trap card for me. What's he got on his face? Just this. He's got a whole face that's covered. I mean, not covered at all. Just this is covered. His whole
what armor does yours? What armor does Connor Kenway have?
Oh, he has a full leathering. Well, he has whole protection of leather. Well,
you know, the strongest material that's never going to be broken through.
To be fair, it's leather, and it's also got piercing armor underneath it as well. And it also allows him to be quicker and more flexible, and instead he can take a hit.
Like you said,
arrows can't get right through the leather.
His head. There's like this bit here. The hood, Oh, he's got the hood, but here. He's got nothing. He's got nothing there. Yeah. Just like him. So
but what's Nightwing gonna do for that? I mean, Connor has a hand pistol as well. He could just shoot him if he wants.
A hand pistol.
He's got a bow and arrow. He can just shoot him.
Nightwing has the electrified scream sticks.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, but one of them, I've done my research here, one of them is as powerful as 300 tasers. 300 tasers, you tell me anyone can take that. I mean, that's strong enough to actually go through his leather and electrify his piercing armour. He's encased in metal. Yeah. He basically becomes a giant Faraday conductor. That's going to cook him. That's going to cook his insides.
Depends, because Connor Kenway survived a lot. I mean, have you heard of...
He's not going to survive his insides.
You played Assassin's Creed. You know what the apple of Eden is, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, if you've got the if you played the Revenge of George Washington, basically in that storyline, George Washington had that apple, which is one of the most powerful, probably the most powerful source in the universe, and hit Connor Kenway with it 3 times. He was still able to get back up and fight him. That is way more powerful than Connor Kenway's. I mean, Nightwing's.
That's resolve. That's resolve to carry on. I mean, someone, you can hit them hard and they don't get back up. If they're willing to get back up, that's internal strength.
Exactly. So if he's going to hit,
Nightwing's got that as well.
Yeah.
Nightwing has got that in. I mean,
exactly. So so what you're saying here, they both have the internal strength to keep getting back up with simple hits. Exactly. But here's the advantage: Connor's willing to kill him. Is Nightwing willing to kill Connor?
Nightwing is always willing to get rid of people,
but he won't kill him.
He will.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you forgetting about Batman's rule that he trains everyone with?
Well, yeah, Batman does that.
Yeah, and that's the one.
But
that
when Nightwing goes off his own,
who was Nightwing killed?
Alright, but you know he could have. You know he could have.
He could have, but he won't.
He could have.
It's in his morals. He won't kill anyone. Nightwing won't kill someone like Batman won't kill someone.
Because that's a future thing where people are like, no, everyone deserves a fair trial at this. If they've done something wrong, they'll go to jail, right?
No.
What do you think they do with all the supervillains after they've like beat the shit out of them?
Yeah, they send them to prison.
Yeah, they send them to prison.
Yeah, but that's
they have to go through trial first to go to prison.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's why they won't kill them.
Yes,
because otherwise they can't have a fair trial.
He won't kill him.
But the laws were different. If they started killing people, then Nightwing would have to go to jail. We can't have that. I'm sorry. Nightwing's got to protect himself.
Yeah, Nightwing won't kill him, but Connor will kill Nightwing.
No,
regardless,
in a one-on-one fight where it didn't matter, Nightwing would then kill.
No,
because it didn't matter. It wouldn't matter.
Regardless, it's by moral, because you know about Bruce Wayne's one rule, and he will not kill someone because he won't sink to the level of the bad guy himself or the enemy itself. He will not take a life, and he's been following that moral ever since he lost his parents in the alleyway, and he's trained every single one of his. He's trained Dick Grayson, and Dick Grayson followed that rule and refused to kill. Every other Robin obeyed the one rule because Batman, Bruce Wayne,
52.
Yeah, everyone. The whole point. One of the biggest things of Batman and all Robins who were trained by Batman was that one rule: the moral of not killing someone. So Nightwing will not kill him. He will not take a life, especially Connor Kenway. He will not take that life. But Connor, he's designed to. He is out to kill you. He will kill anyone that stands in his way. He is thriving off revenge and off that desire to get what he wants, to be at the top of the Assassins. And he will kill whoever it has to take to become there.